And and one of the things too is like I was a Michael Jackson fan when I was younger. You know, Dirty Diana, Bad, Billie Jean, Thriller. But when you see the movie like it was played today and it took you through about half of his musical career so far, um, just the gravity of the songs that he was putting out. If you look at when
Right.
he was trying to name that first album, and all of the songs that were on the Thriller album. I mean, you're talking about, the number one recording artist of all time in all categories. And the gravity of seeing those performances and how perfect the choreography was, or the dancing, the choreography, the singing, all of it. It kind of gave me chills watching it, just how uh, impactful of a performer Michael Jackson was, number one. And then number two, like just how good at singing he was. Remember
Right.
when he was, sitting in front of the Motown producers and they were just blown away by his
Right.
voice.
He didn't hold anything back when he performed. He would sing. You could tell he gave it all. And then when he had that mantra of always wanting to be number one, you know.
I liked how he wanted to do it his way too, right? He didn't want to follow how everyone else did it. He had this image of what it was going to take, right? Like I have to be on MTV when no black recording artists were on MTV yet. But
Right.
he wanted to be on MTV because he thought if he could get on there. I also liked how he wanted to make music kind of for everyone, and they went out of their way to show him like giving back to the community, or sitting with kids in hospital beds, or buying toys for people that are less fortunate, or I mean they did a good job of telling a story of what we kind of knew of Michael Jackson when he was that age, when he was young.
Right. I think some people may say they may have gone out of their way to portray him in a good light, right? Of him giving back and going to the burn centers and for the kids and all that. But if you look it up, during that time, he won Guinness Book World Records for donating to the most nonprofits ever by one person.
Yeah, I mean,
People don't know that.
yeah.
So they can say, yeah, they're trying to portray a good light, but there's evidence. I think it's like 39 nonprofits he was donating to at the same time in 1 year or whatever by one person, which is crazy, right?
I thought they did a good job in the movie of portraying that kind of stuff was important to him.
Right.
I got chills uh in a couple of the scenes, even the last one, right? Like the last scene where he's at that concert, I think it was in um London, I think is
London.
where it was, and it was the first time he was singing, I'm Bad or whatever.
Right.
And just the imagery, which I think they'll win awards for, but the seeing the stadium and how many people were in there and how
Right.
just crazy people were, and then just the level of his performances in this movie, it just gives you chills, to be honest with you,
Right.
especially as
Right.
somebody who watched him when I was a little bit younger. I thought this movie was incredible. If you were to rate it 5 stars, five being the most, right? What would you give this one?
Out of 5 stars,
Mm-hmm.
10.
10.
10.
Yeah.
I'm sitting to the movie with the first on the premiere. I went with my wife, and she said, "It's over already." I said, "Helen, it was over 2 hours," but to her, it felt like 45 minutes because it's like a long concert, right?
Yeah, they didn't just show like a piece of when he was singing a song, they didn't show it for like 10 seconds. They showed literally him at the concert for the whole 2-minute song or whatever.
Right.
And
Right.
they were weaving in all of his top songs. Like I thought like Billie Jean or whatever, they played that song for the whole duration from start to finish. And then even I'm Bad at the end, like the last song, start to finish with his whole choreographed routine of
Right.
what it looked like. So I think you're right. That's an interesting take. Is it the movie was like a gigantic concert and it was hard to want to get out of it?